giving you an opportunity to get the full story from the people who tell it best. This is Mediacom News Leaders.
Hello everyone and welcome to Mediacom News Leaders. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Carol Kelly. Joining us today is Lindsay Schrader. She's with the Eastern Iowa Heroin Initiative. Hi Lindsay.
Hello, thank you for having me.
A somewhat new initiative.
Yes.
Can you talk to us about the Eastern Iowa Heroin Initiative, what exactly that is?
Yeah, so in 2015 it actually got started through a grant that Cedar Rapids Police Department applied for. It's through the Midwest HIDA, which is a group, it covers quite a few states. But specifically with my grant, I go around promoting education about the opioid epidemic, what it is, what people can do in the community to help combat it, and help turn people to recovery services that they may not know have existed.
Let's talk about that. Is it an epidemic here in Iowa?
Yeah, it actually is. We do, anyone who dies from an opioid overdose, that's tragic. And the fact that we're having so many deaths still occur because of opioid-induced deaths, it's just something that we really need to address within our community itself.
Tell us a little bit about, some of the things that you do, some of the training and some of the groups that you talk to.
Yeah, so I go out to the community, whichever groups want to hear me talk. I will happily go and educate them on the opioid epidemic, what police departments are doing in response to it, what community groups are doing in response to it, and kind of what they can do as an individual within our community to support recovery, treatment, crushing the stigma around, substance use disorders, and honestly mental health issues as well.
Obviously, Cedar Rapids Police, they would have applied for this because they see it as an epidemic.
Yes.
Tell us about, just some of the feedback you're receiving or some of the groups that you are talking with currently.
Yeah, so we're always booked for going and speaking with groups. I've spoken with college groups, town hall meetings, you name it, I've been there, and it's just been a whirlwind, just knowing the community members that they actually do care about this.
Can you talk a little bit about some of the training, some of the safety tips, some of the things that you're really trying to educate the community about?
Yeah, so one of the biggest things is crushing the stigma and helping people get to recovery services. A lot of people are ashamed. They don't want to admit that they have an issue, but going around with groups, especially Crush of Eastern Iowa, working with ASAC, showing people that it is okay to say, I have an issue, and then help me get somewhere that can help me fix it. So we do a lot of that, specifically work with ASAC with Narcan training. Cedar Rapids Police Department does carry Narcan, which is new, just started late September. We've already had to use it to reverse an overdose, and it actually saved her life. So,
can we talk about that? Narcan,
yes.
Obviously, brand new product on the streets right now. Can you tell us a little bit about the effects and kind of what that drug is supposed to be used for?
Yeah, so Narcan is only used for opioid overdoses. It helps reverse the overdose just long enough to get someone to a hospital for further medical treatment. It helps knock off the opioids from the receptors. It binds to receptors for a short period of time, brings the person out of their coma, if you would, and then helps us get them to the hospitals.
So talk to us also about, this grant. There's probably different pieces of this process and kind of the things that you need to do.
Yeah, so biggest thing is education, giving community presentations, which I'm always open to field anyone who wants to come in or wants me to come to them. I've traveled across the state, I'll go anywhere. It's really an Iowa issue. I'm bringing it back to Eastern Iowa specifically just because this is where my home is, and that's kind of where we wanted to start back up with Eastern Iowa.
What is the process like? How easy is it to call you up, and are there certain targeted groups that you're really looking to talk to?
Targeted groups is anyone, and honestly, give me a call or send me an email, and I can get back to them usually within a couple days, schedule something. If they just want to meet with me first to see what my presentation is about, I've done that before too, and then really work to see what's going to work best for that group individually, and I can kind of target their specific group to what they want to learn about.
What are the goals with this initiative?
The goals are really to bring awareness to the overdose epidemic that we're experiencing, realizing that it's a community issue and it's going to take a community to fix it.
So once again, let's learn a little bit more. Where can somebody go to find out about this program or maybe reach out and contact you?
Yeah, they can go to the Cedar Rapids Police Department website, or they can go my desk phone directly, 319-286-5040.
The Eastern Iowa Heroin Initiative. Just good stuff happening in the community. Lindsay, thanks for joining us.
No, thank you for having me.
This has been Mediacom News Leaders, your opportunity to get the full story from the most reliable sources exclusively on Mediacom News Leaders.